Let's talk about something real. What happens when a decision you made out of love ends up leading to deep, deep regret? We're going to dive into a powerful story about hitting rock bottom and, more importantly, the incredible comeback that can follow. I mean, really think about it. You loved someone so much that you ignored everything. You felt that little warning in your gut. Maybe your friends even tried to tell you, but you stayed because you just kept thinking, no, this time will be different. And in that process, did you find yourself compromising? Maybe you started to drift a little, losing these small pieces of who you used to be, straying from the path you just knew was the right one. And then boom, one day it all comes crashing down. The heartbreak, the regret, and you're just standing there in the middle of the mess, looking around and asking yourself, how in the world did I get here? If any of that feels familiar, I really want you to hear this. You are not alone in this. You're not the first person to feel this way. In fact, this story, it's literally thousands of years old. It's the story of a man from the Bible. His name was Samson. Now, he was chosen by God for this huge purpose, but his journey, wow, it holds up a powerful mirror to our own struggles. So on one side, you've got God's plan for him. Samson was given this almost unbelievable supernatural strength to defeat his enemies. He was meant to be set apart. But on the other side, well, there was his great weakness. And it wasn't some outside enemy. It was his own heart. So what happened? Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. And here's the problem. She wasn't some gift from God. She was literally sent to destroy him. And the warning signs? Oh, they were there from the very beginning. And they were loud. Get this. 3 separate times, Delilah tried to betray him. The warning signs weren't just whispering. They were screaming at him. And yet, he stayed. But why? And this right here, this is the heart of it all. It's so human. Our feelings can totally blind us. Our desires can just steamroll our better judgment. We choose what feels good now, and we tune out that quiet little voice inside that's telling us we're drifting away from who we're supposed to be. And finally, he just got worn down. He gave in. He told her the secret to his strength. And, you guessed it, that very night, she betrayed him for the last time. His strength was gone, and the very enemies he used to dominate, they captured him. I mean, this is his lowest moment. We're talking absolute rock bottom. But, and this is so important, this was not the end of his story. It was the turning point. Just think about that contrast for a second. The mighty Samson was now weak. His captors blinded him. He was completely broken, just standing in the ruins of his own choices. Does that feeling sound familiar? Maybe not in a physical sense, but spiritually. Have you ever felt that kind of loss? Like your peace is gone, your sense of direction is gone, and you can trace it all back to one bad choice, one compromise. Okay, but this is where the hope comes flooding back in. Because Samson's story does not end in a jail cell. It doesn't end with regret. It ends with redemption. So there he is, standing in chains, totally humiliated, with nothing left. And Samson does something he hasn't done in a very long time. He prayed. It was simple. He just said, God, remember me. And here it is. This is the key. He didn't turn back to God when he was on top of the world, when he was strong. He turned back when he had absolutely nothing left. You know, sometimes hitting rock bottom isn't about destruction. Sometimes it's about redirection. So, Samson's lowest point became his turning point. And that's exactly where his ancient story becomes a blueprint for our lives today. It's all about the choice that you can make right here, right now. And I really want you to let this sink in. Just because you made a mistake, just because you chose a path that led you into a dark place, that absolutely 100% does not mean your story is over. That is not the final chapter. And you know what? Just because you've drifted, and maybe right now you feel like you are miles away from where you started, from where you know you should be, it doesn't mean you can't come back. The path home is always, always there. So, in the end, it really just comes down to a choice. It's the same one Samson faced. Are you going to keep holding on to the thing that's pulling you away? Or are you going to turn towards the God who is calling you back home? Because it doesn't matter how far you've gone, it doesn't matter what you've done, your comeback story, the one where everything changes for the better, it can start today, right now.